Christian churches making a mockery of Jesus and disrespecting God. I've thought about the possibility that God actually wants Christian churches the way they are, but after looking at the effects of Christian church on society, I've decided that Christian church existing is actually less helpful to God compared to a scenario where it didn't exist. Considering Jesus' main goal was to teach people to stop being evil, and Christian church's main goal is to teach people that God sacrificed Jesus so other people don't have to pay for their sins. It is easy to see that the Christian church's main goal is actually counterproductive and is against Jesus' goal, suggesting that people will automatically be forgiven for their sins, and nobody has to fear being punished in hell. Some people may not realize that God threatening to punish evil people in hell helps reduce the temptation for people who want to do evil things. When people teach others nobody should fear being punished in hell because God sacrifices innocent angels to help evil sinners, it naturally causes people to become more tempted to do evil things for 3 reasons. 1. People feel more comfortable doing evil things that negatively affect innocent people, sinning. 2. People think God is unfair and are not interested in having a relationship with God. 3. People think God is evil and mock God by worshiping the devil and joining evil gangs. Since we have already deciphered that hurting innocent people to help evil people is an evil thing to do, it is easy to see that the things being taught at Christian churches are unfair. The unfair ideas at Christian churches cause people who believe in the Bible to do more evil things/sin, and causes others to not believe in God altogether, which causes more evil/sin in the world. To make it easier to understand why Christian churches are actually evil and against God, here are a few examples of the evil things they will do in broad daylight right in front of the police. First of all, there are pictures and statues of one of God's children, Jesus, dying on display. Secondly, the main lesson is to worship a version of God who tortured an angel that was reincarnated into an innocent human's body to help people who have done evil things be forgiven without having to suffer the consequences of being evil. Third of all, the Christian religion will threaten innocent people by saying, if you don't believe God tortured Jesus to help evil people, sacrificing Jesus to pay for people's sins, and God is fair for doing it, then you will get tortured in hell forever, trying to justify their actions by saying, if you don't have faith in God sacrificing Jesus, then you are being disrespectful against God. Basically, trying to trap/force people into believing the evil lies, just like an evil cult would do. The fourth point I'd like to make is, the Christian religion will refuse to have a God-loving relationship with any other religion, insisting the Christian way is the only way that leads a person to eternal happiness, and all other religions that don't worship God torturing Jesus to help evil people lead people to getting tortured forever. This sounds like the most illegal thing in the world. The fifth factor to consider is, the Christian religion uses a combination of threats and false promises of rewards in heaven to brainwash innocent victims into following the rules of the Bible instead of using their own good judgment throughout their lifetime, just like an evil cult would do. Don't think for yourself. Read this book and it will give you the instructions you need to follow so our leader doesn't hurt you really bad. And finally, number 6. The Bible has stories about people doing unfair things like committing evil sins, then killing innocent animals as a sacrifice to please God. First of all, doing evil things is obviously evil, but to go on and say, and then they killed innocent animals and ripped their bodies apart because evil things were done, and they wanted to please their God. No, that is just too much. That is just too much evil to blindly ignore. Okay, that was evil. Let's give these people some hope for God. God loves good and respectful people, and even if they don't believe in me or God, God will invite them to learn how to become an angel in purgatory, because God is fair and the good people deserve to be rewarded. People who did evil things or helped others do evil things, like helped represent an evil gang, need to start working off their debt before crossing over to the afterlife, or else they will never be forgiven, will suffer in hell for however long God decides is fair. Then, depending on the severity of their crimes, and if it is possible to ever finish their punishment, eventually have their soul destroyed by God, then recycle back into circulation somewhere in this soul farming experiment here on earth.
Very interesting, God.